this computer. There we go. Yes, folks, welcome to your celebrity webinar. We've been in it now for about 15 minutes or so, and I forgot to record, but I'll be recording the rest of this. I've already talked about the fear of missing out, to the tune of 25,000. And I also talked about my radio show. See how that happened? Did you see how that did that? Boom. And this week's show was all about fear. And oh my God, I'll give you the big takeaway. I really think it's worth listening to the show. I really do think it's worth listening to the show. This week's big takeaway was that, see, I did the Living Legends of Entrepreneurial Marketing Conference because I was afraid. I did it because I was afraid. See, Leon, you'll like this one. Among the men, we have a saying, fear, let's see if Leon can complete the sentence. Fear unconfronted becomes doubt.
And doubt kills the warrior.
Thank you very much. There you go. I mean, for many of you, right there, this piece right here, for many of you, this will be a new concept. And for those of you who this is new to, and for those of you for whom this is a new concept, this will be worth the whole price of the admission today. Because nobody's going to tell you this stuff. Nobody's going to tell you this. There we go. This is everything, folks. So much so I'm going to put it in red. And I'll give it a shadow. I'll give it a drop shadow in black. Boom. See, anytime you're afraid of anything, you have to get it. You have to hit it. Because any unconfronted fear will turn into doubt, and doubt will cause you to hesitate in the battle, in the moment of battle, and then you'll be dead. That's why I did the Living Legends of Entrepreneurial Marketing, because I was afraid of not succeeding at that event. I was afraid of looking like an idiot at that event with an empty audience. I was afraid of a myriad of things. And because I was afraid, I had to do it. And what I say in the radio show, and I'm telling you, you really should listen to it. What I do say in the radio show this week is that anything that you want to do that's going to be worth your time and effort, anything you do that is going to be worth your time and effort, is going to make you afraid. If it doesn't make you afraid, it's not going to help you to grow. Tony Robbins actually says, if you're afraid, you must. Yeah, if you're afraid, you must. That's what Tony Robbins says. And what am I hoping to get out of that 20 minutes? I'm hoping to get a whole bunch of new clients. That's what I'm hoping to get. I'm hoping to get a whole bunch of new clients. That's what I do every time I speak. I see, it's amazing. I go places and people buy and give me lots of money. You know, the first time we went to see Jimmy Carter, like, you know, I didn't know I was going to run into somebody there who I knew, who would end up at Carnegie Hall. You know, we just went to go see Jimmy Carter. And then next thing I know, boom, here's the credit card, Clint. That's what I do everywhere I go. It's pretty amazing. I really hope that I want everyone to understand. I want everyone to understand it is possible to be a person who goes places, and everywhere he goes, people give me lots of money. It's possible to be that. Everywhere I go, I just enroll people into what I do. If I meet a person who is an author, a speaker, a coach, an entrepreneur, an expert of any kind, I just enroll them into what I'm doing. Yeah, you got to have an offer that people want. That's really what it comes down to. You've got to have what people want. And there you go. And I know that there's a lot of people who have video clips that we need to watch. I got to watch. I want to hear and see a lot of these clips. I'm very excited about a lot of these clips. We have a lot of people who were on TV this week. I know Leon was on TV. I know that Anna Marie was on TV. Will Nobles was on TV. And I also want to spend some time going over Vincent Fung's segment, because Vincent Fung is going to be making his first TV appearance tomorrow. Isn't that right? No, Tuesday. Tuesday, he's going to be making his first TV appearance in Phoenix. And I'm going to be going with him. But I want to cover some groundwork before then. So I don't know. Have you been on another webinar before this, or is this your first webinar that I got you to show up for, Vincent Fung? Have you been on another TV webinar? You were on another one. Okay, good. Well, it'll be good for you to watch these. Okay. So the first one I'm dying to see. I'm really dying to see Leon Bree on Washington, D.C. So could you put the link in the webinar, in the chat, Leon? Thank you. There we go. Good.
If you've ever said same story, different day, you can relate to more than 2/3 of Americans who say they are trapped in the same daily routine. But if you want to be happy, you want to be successful and have a thriving life, you can't get stuck in a rut like that.
Now, this all sounds very familiar, Leon.
That's my script, the beginning of the segment.
Yeah, it's your exact script from the pitch, except instead of you saying it, they're saying it.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens in these webinars, in these TV appearances, Vincent. This is what I really want you to understand, is that a lot of times the things that you said in the pitch will be what the host says. In fact, pretty much anything that's on the page of your proposal
Could be.
is going to come out of the mouth of the host, and you need to say stuff that's not on the page. Is that a pretty fair assessment, Leon, from your experience so far?
Yeah, pretty much.
Anything I wrote on the page, they're probably going to say it. So you need to know stuff to say that's not on the page. So let's continue.
To Leon Bree, who's the author of How to Get Unstuck, and he joins me now with some tips. Leon, welcome to Great Day.
Great to be here.
This is incredible. Two out of every 3 Americans.
Great to be here. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Hey, who saw, where was he? Yeah, he was here in Dallas, for freak's sake. Here we go. Trump enters arena in Dallas. Watch this video. Let's see if there's a clip just of that. Let's see if we can see just that little piece when he enters. No, not going to show me that. Let's see. No, we don't have that little clip, but that's how you do it. You got to have the hands. And I love, Leon, you have fantastic posture.
Thank you.
Yep. It's very important to have great posture. Look how straight he looks. He's smiling. Not nice boy hands. He's got hands on the knees. First he had them up. Now he's got hands on the knees. Let's continue.
They're stuck in a rut. What gets us stuck like that?
80% of them, Americans, they are stuck. There's some things that might make us feel stuck and want to get unstuck. For example, do you feel like you need some excitement in your life?
Yes.
Hey, I love that. You know what I love about what you're doing right now is it doesn't feel like you seem rushed. You seem like you are taking your time. And I like that. You seem very calm. And I like that. And it seemed like you're having fun with blowing that noisemaker.
Yeah, I had fun during the entire segment in general. Yes.
Good. Very good. Let's continue.
Of shape.
Oh, right.
Are you jealous of your friends' experiences? Do you see them on social media and you grumble to yourself because they're having fun and you are not?
Yeah. Comparisons.
Okay, now look,
Or do you want to...
on that holding up the phone, you got to have Facebook up on the phone. That's very important.
Okay. Yeah, I have an extra phone that has Facebook on it. I've tried it. The first interview, they blocked it. They put a Facebook picture of it. So I was thinking I shouldn't do that. Okay,
Yeah,
next time.
What you're saying is that they use B-roll at that point.
A picture, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. When you're holding up a phone, what I would suggest is that you take a screenshot of Facebook, and then instead of having a live Facebook image, I suggest you just have a screenshot of Facebook on the phone.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my prop phone. This is my real phone. This is my prop phone that when I press, you can see Facebook on it.
Yeah, no, I don't want it to say the word Facebook. I want it to show your Facebook profile or something like that.
Okay, screenshot of it. Got it.
Screenshot of your profile.
Got it.
That's what I would like it to say. All right, let's continue.
promotion, but don't know how.
Right?
Right?
I love that.
So these are some of the things that make people feel stuck and want to get unstuck.
there are some easy ways to get unstuck, right? Part of it is just get going.
Well, today I have 4 easy steps for you to get out of that rut.
Okay.
First step is to go back to your why and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why is this important to me?
Yeah.
You gotta go back, intentionally go back to your original motivation and momentum that you once had, which is gonna reignite that fire you need to go forward.
Right. Right.
The second step after that, you need to get moving.
Oh yeah, and you have hand signals to go with all of them too, right?
You gotta get moving because the very meaning of the word stuck is lack of motion. That's why I know sometimes it gets hard to get going, right? But once you get going, I promise you, it's a lot easier to keep going.
Right. And is that for more than just the fitness? I mean, get going toward that promotion, get going toward
just get some type of physical action going. It might be just getting out of bed, getting into real clothes, putting on that makeup, or just walking downstairs. Any kind of motion puts you in motion and keeps you in motion.
Yeah. Okay, tip number 3 is?
3 is focus on one thing at a time. It's super easy to get overwhelmed when you've got 200 items on your to-do list.
Right.
And that's why you got to tackle things one tiny step at a time. It might be tiny progress, but that's all that matters. You're no longer stuck, you're moving, and you're making progress one tiny step at a time.
How do you know what is the right one thing to focus on when everything's asking for your attention and you need to pick one of them? What would you suggest people pick first?
Well, when you're stuck, really stuck, the first thing to do is just pick the easiest thing. Down the line, when you are going already, I would suggest to pick the biggest goal, biggest thing to tackle it, so you can get this feeling of accomplishment, right?
Right.
And this quick win that will push you forward.
Yeah, yeah. So go for it. When you're stuck, you kind of like, if you are feeling bad,
easiest.
right, you go for getting dressed or putting on the makeup. Okay, and then tip number 4 is?
Fourth, putting everything together is the fourth. When you put everything together, you have to change what you say. We tend to make our problems bigger and worse by what we say. We take a tiny molehill and turn it into a mountain.
Right.
So instead of saying, oh, I'm stuck, I'm never gonna get out of this hole, like one of my clients was saying when she first came to me, instead say something like, yeah, today is a challenging day, but you know what? Tomorrow is gonna get better.
Yeah. And the things we tell ourselves are worse than you would tell your worst enemy around you.
Exactly.
We talk so negatively to ourselves.
So if you were paying attention to the steps, when you combine them together, the 4th step is to talk to yourself like you would talk to someone that you love, because your words have power. And you probably know this because you've been the recipient of someone else's kind words.
Yes. Yeah.
All I'm saying is, why don't you use that for yourself?
Right.
Talk to yourself like you would talk to someone that you love.
Be kinder to ourselves. Thank you so much, Liam, for coming in. Congrats on the new book, How to Get Unstuck. Yes,
Great
take these tips, use them in our own lives. Thank you very much.
Wow, Leon, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Putting everything together.
Good for the 3rd time, but it could be better. Next time it should be even better.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. How many times I told you to rehearse it another 250 times, right?
Correct.
How many did you end up rehearsing it?
I didn't specifically count, but the entire day. I was in the room. It was raining in Washington, D.C. that day. It was Sunday. So I rehearsed the Saturday evening and then the entire day Sunday. I was in the room the entire day. Well, went to get some lunch.
And how happy are you that you rehearsed it as much as you did?
Very happy. I wish I rehearsed it even more so I could come up with the words faster. Didn't have to think.
Chavis Camp is like nodding. I mean, I tell you, you cannot underestimate the importance of this rehearsal. Speak about that a bit, Chavis.
Yeah. Rehearsal. One of my favorite things on how I rehearse, and I found this useful so that I can cheat and not have to rehearse and suck as much is I try to use part of my pitch in everyday talking to people, talking about what I do. Start about the middle of one of the segments or one of the pitches or one of the speeches and go through towards the end. But yeah, I've had to suck a lot in rehearsal. And I should have done more of it before either of my segments. But you know what? I still did an admirable job, and I will be doing it again next time and rehearsing even more before I go on next time.
Fear of sucking.
Yeah.
See, fear of sucking.
Who was it? Your little favorite quote about sucking in rehearsal?
Yeah. If you don't suck in rehearsal, you will suck in performance.
Yeah. Nobody likes to rehearse because we suck in rehearsal, but that you do that so you don't suck when you actually go out on stage or go out.
Yeah. And, you know, my question really is for Vincent Fung is like, how much rehearsal have you been doing on your segment, Vincent Fung?
Not enough.
Yeah. I mean, I had Leon Brie. Leon Brie went on 2 TV appearances. And then after his second appearance, I said to him, Leon, I think you need to rehearse your segment 250 more times to get it where you need to go. Because when you go on these big shows, it's a lot of pressure and it just happens really fast. It just goes by really fast.
Here we go.
Right. It'll be done 250 times before I see you on Tuesday morning.
I really believe you should at least rehearse it 250 times. That's what you need to do. Thank God you shaved off that beard that you had. And thank God Leon Brie shaved his head and got rid of that scruff on his head, right? And I realized you guys were in Celebrity Launchpad with Matt Browning, and Matt Browning had a lot of heavy 5 o'clock shadow. I should have had him shave that shit off his face. That cost him at least 2 or 3 bookings. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced. Allie, can you get the door? Yes, please. Yeah, if you could have him bring me a glass here, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right.
So he's gonna leave the rest here, and I'm gonna take a picture.
Fantastic. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right. See, this is all part of being a celebrity. I gotta put the vitamin C emergency stuff in the glass. I gotta make sure I'm drinking out of a clean, uninfected glass by a sick person, and I gotta pour the stuff in and drink it. I'm really good about taking my pills and medicine every single day. And you have to do that too. And you have to make sure that you get a good night's sleep.
Clint.
Yes.
In Phoenix, Arizona, I was nervous, and what I did for Washington D.C., I went to Whole Foods and got some candy with B complex and some herbs that like a stress relief candy, and also essential oil. It also has herbs that calm down. So before the segment in the studio, I put the essential oil on a tissue paper, and I was breathing. I was relaxing myself, and that helped to calm myself down.
Whatever it takes.
Right.
And it's a whole really important part of this whole experience is getting to know yourself better. Now, I talk about how I advise you to take a pill to make sure that you get some sleep. Now, for me, that pill is Advil PM. I take half of an Advil PM, and I know it's going to knock me out. Never fails. In less than an hour, I'm asleep. And it only keeps me asleep for 4 hours, but it does knock me out every single time. You need to make sure that whatever pill you're going to take, whatever essential herbs you're going to take, whatever oils you're going to take, whatever you're going to do, you need to figure out what works for you. Because unfortunately, it doesn't work for Allie anymore. Allie used to take Advil PM, but now when she takes an Advil PM, it makes her jittery. It keeps her awake. So that's no good. And part of what we want you to get out of this whole experience is to know yourself even better. I want you to know yourself even better. So do you feel like you've learned more about yourself, Leon, from this experience?
Yeah, I can say so. Definitely. About this new person I'm becoming and how can I'm getting more space in this person, you know, I'm developing this person. So I'm learning about this person.
Yes, it's a new person. It's the same person, but more. See, I'm the same exact person that I was, I'm just more. I have more ability, I have more skill, I have more experience, I have more determination, I have more personal power, more energy, more charisma, all of that stuff, but I'm still the same.
Yeah, we're picking the qualities, the best qualities that will fit for that specific, you know, purpose.
Celebrity does not change you. It only makes you more of what you already are. So that's why I'm becoming a nicer person. I'm becoming nicer, yeah. Because the bigger celebrity I get, the more of who I am is really coming out. And I know I'm a nice person. You know, there's been times when I wasn't as sure as I am, but every time I wasn't sure, I would say to myself, well, I'm married to Allie, so I must be a nice person if I'm married to Allie. Must
Except
be.
during Launchpad.
Say that again?
Sorry. Except during Launchpad.
Hey, I'm just honest. That's all.
I'm 100% jerking your chain, Clint. Yeah.
I'm just being honest. That's all I am. What was the biggest thing you learned from this experience, Leon, going on CBS Washington, D.C. in the top 10 market where you booked yourself on the show, you corresponded with the producer on your own, you confirmed your appearance date completely by yourself. You know that, you know, an appearance on this show is between $2,500 and $4,000 per appearance. That's what they sell for.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't pay any money to go on this show.
No.
What's your biggest takeaway from this whole thing?
Well, first, to keep it very simple, starting from the script you just heard, I customized it. I came up with maybe like 3-4 days before. And to keep it simple, I deleted stuff, like I shrank it to keep it very simple, just a couple of sentences per point, for example, so that I have the freedom to express myself in those 2 sentences. And I don't have to think about all the content I want to talk about. And then while doing that, while performing and giving out the energy while I'm talking about the points, smile and have fun. That's the most important part. Having fun and the energy in the studio, working with the host, right? Before the camera goes on or like it starts recording, before it, getting to know them, chit chat, you know, right there. That's where it starts. You start smiling and laughing together, talking about maybe a joke here and there, getting that energy going before even you get on camera.
What is your number one job as a celebrity in studio?
To seduce the host.
Correct. Very good. You're a very good student, Leon. You really are. You really are hardworking and astute student of everything that you do. Because I've asked you questions from the men's weekend, I've asked you questions from Celebrity Launchpad, and you have all the answers.
Well, I have the track record. I told you about another course of another person that I was the top student there. I do it methodically because if we're gonna do it, anything, just like you say, if you're gonna do anything, do it, really well. Be the best at it.
I got to tell you, Leon, celebrity is about deliberate, systematic, methodical creation and building of your celebrity over the long term. It is not an overnight get rich quick scheme. It's not. It is a long-term marketing strategy. And if you can be deliberate, methodical, systematic over the long term, there's nothing that can stop you. There's no one who can take away your experiences of having gone to Washington, D.C., put yourself on a show. And have you even written this book yet?
No. The book is there, the draft, the best draft could ever come up with. Yesterday, this Friday, I met with the project manager. We went through the book and the stories I'm going to talk about. So I'm just going to start, really writing the book. Like really, so it's serious book, so I can go, it becomes my business card.
Yeah.
People are asking for it.
I'm sure they are because, you've been going on real TV shows.
Well, this is my soft launch. I call it pre-launch or soft launch.
Hey, when I met Marcy Shimoff, the author of Chicken Soup for the Woman's Soul, she was the co-author of Chicken Soup for the Woman's Soul. She personally told me that she starts marketing her books 6 months before they come out.
Right.
That's exactly what you're doing. You're just doing it 6 months before you even wrote it, That's even better.
At least. Heather is shocked.
Yeah. Well, look, now my question is, has the work you've done on TV and working with these producers, has this affected or impacted or shaped or altered what you're going to write in the book?
Not really. If it has, maybe slightly, I want to keep it simple. Come up with stories that everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
How about your communication style? Do you think it's altered your communication style at all?
Not yet. Not significantly yet. I have to do more of these.
Yeah, you need to do more of these because it should be altering your communication style. Yeah. Because I'll tell you, there's a couple of things. Number one, here we are. Photos. Many of you saw your photos. Albums. That's what we'll go to. Albums. Many of you saw my photo of, let's see, videos, profile pictures, cover photos. I think it was a cover photo. This one. Now, this one came out of my communication on TV. Life begins where comfort zone ends. See, you go online and you look for quotes about comfort zone. And the quotes you're going to see are very similar to this quote, but completely different. They all say, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's what they all say. But because I go on TV, because I speak the way Donald Trump speaks, with the punchline coming at the end. See, it's all about juxtaposition. When you say stuff on TV, you want it to be clear. We know that life begins, we know that this is about the comfort zone. We know that it's about comfort zone. But if you're going to be comparing and contrasting, life begins where your comfort zone ends. I'm the first person to say it like that. And it came out of my mouth when I was being interviewed by Brooke Shields on the Today Show.
Mm-hmm.
And the more TV you do, the more you're going to be speaking in a way that is powerful communication for the audience. And this applies to spoken words, and you will find, I believe, it will find its way into your writing as well, because if I'm not mistaken, you should be just speaking the book, right? You're just going to be talking to the project manager. They'll record it, transcribe it, edit it, and then that's the book, right?
Not in this case. Not in this case. But
Really?
yes, my other book is going to be audio to text. This is me typing it up.
Hey, man, do yourself a favor. Just speak it, record it on your phone, have it transcribed, and have it edited. Because the problem is when you're typing, you're going to spend too much time correcting typos.
Okay, I'll do that and then give it to them to edit.
Much better off. Much better off. All right. Very good. Well, there's one more thing I want to look at. I want to go to Leon. So are you Leon G on Facebook still? Yeah. Now you're still Leon G on Facebook.
Because Facebook, I can only change my name every 60 days. And since I changed it once, I have to wait 60 days.
Then I want to draw everyone's attention to this photo of Leon and Araxia. Now, Araxia is the host of Good Day LA on Fox Los Angeles. And he met her at an Armenian networking event.
Armenian women in media, yeah.
Armenian women in media. Now, Heather, here's the question. Doesn't he look like he could be going out with her?
Yes, that looks like that's in a relation. Y'all are in a relationship.
Dude, you look like you're dating Araxia. And when Dave Striegel went on this show, Dave, the auto mechanic from Pittsburgh, I said to Dave, I want you to be prepared because these are going to be the hottest chicks you've ever met in your whole life who are hosting this show. And you're standing next to one of them because she was one of those chicks.
Yeah.
You're standing next to one of the hottest women in Los Angeles, and you look like you could be dating her. You look like you're in a relationship with her.
Sure, that would be easy. Hey, there was another one.
That would
Armenian.
That would be easy.
Yeah. Not her specifically. She's married. Come on.
Dude, if you could nab a chick like that, you should.
Well, let me get some TV under,
That's
just like
that's
you
what
said.
I'm talking about, man. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. But look, for you to be in that photo, and you took that photo too. That's a selfie.
Right, it is.
Hey, man, not only are you in the photo and looking great, you even took the photo and you're looking great. You've really done fantastic.
Thank you. I have another one with her, different setting. I posted this one. Maybe later I'll post the other one. I have another one with KTL reporter from KTLA. She's also Armenian. These are assets, just like you said. These are assets. I treat them.
I want you to know this photo here with Martha Stewart is not as good as that photo.
You could crop that, make it look better.
No, I'm talking about how he looks stiff in this photo.
Oh. Yeah.
Right? In the other photo, he doesn't look stiff. In the other photo, he looks like...
What's up, baby?
Yeah, what's up, baby?
Well,
Hanging out with my girl.
She's my homegirl, I mean, she's Armenian. She grew up in Armenia. I kind of been to Armenia many times.
Hey, man, did you get her contact info?
No.
Well, you should friend her on LinkedIn or on Twitter or something like that and post the photo and tag her and try to develop some sort of a professional relationship with her because you're not ready to go on Fox LA,
Right.
but if you do 20 more TV appearances in the next 6 months, you could then contact her and say, hey, Aroxia, we met at this event and I've been on a media tour and I've done 23 television appearances in the last 6 months. And I would, love to come on the show. And she could make that happen.
Yeah, definitely. We're friends on Instagram. I'm following her. She's not following me. I posted this picture on Instagram with the same text, and she liked it. She commented on it, and she posted to her stories. So I'm developing it. I need more shows, just like you said. I'm more to build to my resume. Yes. So I'm like one of my friends says, underwritable. You know, if you're applying for business loan, business credit, you want to be underwritable on paper.
In this case, you want to be not asking for a real favor. I mean, look, to go on Fox LA, no matter who you are, is really, it's kind of a favor. Like it only took me 6 years.
I just have to position myself. Yeah.
It only took me 6 years to make that happen. But by the time I made it happen, I felt like I really deserved it.
Right.
That's where you want to get to.
Yeah.
All right. Great job, Leon. Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
What's your advice to people who want to grow up and be as cool as you were on CBS Washington, D.C.?
Just listen to Clint. Listen to what Clint says. Just really listen and learn every single word that comes out of his mouth. Watch his performance, his videos. I've watched your videos over and over and again, trying to model. And so it becomes mine, and then it develops in me. So I just watch how he does things, watch successful interviewees, but watch Clint first. See how he does the things. Just pay attention to details.
Good. How many of my videos have you watched, Vincent Fung? I'm trying to unmute you. It's not unmuting for some reason.
Sure.
There you go. How many videos of mine have you studied?
Not. I haven't watched very many of them.
Yeah. If I was you, I would go on ClintArthur.tv on the media page and watch some of my most recent ones.
ClintArthur.tv.
The ones, watch some of my appearances, like my 100th appearance, which my 100th appearance was on this show.
Mm-hmm.
It was on CBS Washington, D.C., as a matter of fact.
Okay. I will do that.
Good. Very good. Thank you, Leon. Very good. All right. I want to go to who do we have on here? I know we got some people with clips. Anna Marie Temple. Anna Marie Temple, can you put your clip in the chat, please? And then I know, is Will still on here? Yeah, Will Nobles. Will Nobles, put a clip in the chat, please, because I'm going to go to you next. Let's take a look at Anna Marie Temple.
You're watching The Jam.
Oh, I'm excited about this.
Eat this, not that. When we come back, we are showing you what foods to swap out for healthier options.
All right. Now, Anna Marie Temple, are you unmuted? Are you talking?
I am unmuted. Yes.
Hey, now talk to me about this station. This is in Big Bad Chicago. And notice the energy difference between Chicago and Washington, D.C. Not only is Washington, D.C. like lower down in the media totem pole, but I mean, this is an urban station.
Yes.
Yeah. They got a hip hop DJ in the studio.
Well, they do. And that's the first thing I saw. Because, I was in that DJ booth in like matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. So they were after I went to Baton Rouge. And Baton Rouge was not my cup of tea. They were very nice, but it was very impersonal, and I just didn't get a good vibe. The segment was fine, but I just didn't get a good vibe. And Chicago actually called me. I never even contacted them. They called me to set something up, and they said, we're available next week. And I was like, great. And I was like, they're like, when are you available? I was like, Monday morning. They're like, fine, we'll put you in Monday morning. And they were so easy to work with, and the vibe was great. It was just, the welcoming was amazing. So everything was just very positive from the beginning. I love them. I would go back in a second.
Oh yeah, it's a cool studio, isn't it?
Yes.
High energy studio. Once you get out of that green room and into the studio, it's super high energy in there.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Where did you stay when you were in Chicago? I'm just curious. What hotel?
Crown Plaza.
Crown Plaza. Was that nearby or something?
It's like a block away.
Oh, okay.
My biggest anxiety is getting to the station on time. It is truly my most nerve-wracking part. And so I stay, it doesn't matter. I know that we're supposed to be in whatever hotels. I'm like, I need to know that I'm going to be there in less than 10 minutes.
Yep.
So they were across the street. It was great.
Yep. I get it. That's cool. All right, cool. Well, let's take a look. Anna Marie Temple on the Jam.
It is no secret that we moms struggle to get their kids to put down the sweets and pick up some of those veggies. So here to help us make some better food choices for our kids is Dr. Anna Temple. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks. And this is
I know.
My life right here, struggling
every day. Every day parenting is a challenge. Every day is a struggle. Yes.
I'm shocked at how much sugar is in everything. Because you're only supposed to have, 3 teaspoons a day?
6 teaspoons a day maximum.
Max. And I swear, that is half of some meals.
It's not even.
Right.
I mean, we can eat. Most kids will usually have that just in their lunch, and that's kind of one of the things that we're talking about.
Yeah. All right. So you've brought some good examples for us. Help us out here.
Yeah. So
sweetie, I haven't seen any smiling yet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I see it now.
Okay.
I was so focused on the smiling that when she opened, I said thanks instead of great to be here, because I was like, must smile the whole segment. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. It's coming.
Is going to be the drinks.
Yeah.
The drinks are one of the most sugar-filled items that the kids have in lunch boxes, if we're going to talk about lunch.
Right.
But, a lot of my mamas know not to do sodas and not to do sports drinks because that's just sugar.
Right.
What they don't know is juice is equally as bad.
Yeah.
And even organic juice, that's just organic sugar in a box.
Right.
Hey, look, I want you to understand something, and this is very important. I'm glad we got to it already. I wish we got to it before you did this show, but notice the camera does not come in very close to the sugar. You and I know that each of those little packets is a sugar packet taped together to demonstrate how much sugar is in the bottles. But the audience doesn't know that. The audience is looking at that and they're like, it's too big of an assumption for you to assume that they know that those are sugar packets.
Okay.
You need to say, look, as I have there, the Coca-Cola, there's 16 sugars. That's why I've got 16 sugar packets.
Okay.
You got to say that one time in the beginning so that they get it. Okay. Let's continue.
So instead of that, we can do water, but, as moms, we know that that's complaining because that's boring.
Right.
So what do? Well, you know what? They have these great infused water bottle things from Amazon, Walmart, and then you have the kids select either oranges or lemons, limes, cucumbers, mint. You mix and match, put them in this little basket, fill the water bottle, put it in overnight. In the next morning, you have infused water that is easy, delicious, nutritious.
And then if you got a kid that's not going to drink it with a little sweetener in it, can you do like agave?
I would like to see one empty, one full.
Which mean? Oh, an empty bottle?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna, I understand you want to show the bottle and take it apart, but I want to see the finished product.
Okay. It gets that's a lot of props. I mean, that's fine. I can totally do it. It's like, there's, where was I? In Phoenix, there was not even, the table was so small. I mean, yeah, I can totally do it.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
Any of those are fine.
Okay.
Stevia leaf extract as well, too, if you want to need a little bit of something.
Okay.
The fruits generally, especially if you use them in season, add a nice little touch of
sweetness, so you don't have to do that. Okay. And then, well, of course, fruits and vegetables in the lunches. Trying to get more of that in there.
Well, and this is because in the school cafeterias, the children are served ice cream. The fact that ice cream is allowed in schools is a crime.
Yeah.
We all want a little bit of something sweet, right? So why not some fruits? Back to
The fact that ice cream is served in schools is a crime. You said is a crime.
Got it.
It's a crime. It's very important. Very important. Must end up on everything. Must be smiling on everything. The fact that they are serving our kids, the fact that school cafeterias are serving our children ice cream is a crime. You need to rehearse these lines so that, look, Anna Marie, I know that you know exactly what you're saying, okay? But you need to rehearse the lines so that they come out of your mouth in a way that's most impactful.
Okay.
Okay? The punchline comes at the end, and it always must go up.
Okay.
If it doesn't go up, you're not doing it right.
Okay.
natural sugar. There's minerals and vitamins, and it's cold and flu season, so these will also protect you from the flu and cold germs going around.
Yes, in our house, you can't have any treats until you've had the fruit.
Absolutely.
You've got to have them.
Agreed.
These are great. This is
substitute. Yes. So these are for our grain desserts, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody loves granola bars and protein bars and cookies because, kids need a treat in their lunchbox from what? I'm not sure.
Right.
But instead, why don't we do a 4-ingredient little treat here? And that's going to be a nut butter, oats, pure maple syrup, and chocolate chips. And now I know what you're going to say. What about for the nut allergic children, right?
Yep, this is my house.
Yes, right. And then that's sun butter. There's some soy butters out there too, but be careful because those are also filled with a lot of sugar.
Yeah, and you're trying to find these treats the other kids have. That's where we run into problems because my son gets so upset that he can't have what his friends can have. So having something like this is a great option.
These provide the sweetness with a little bit of antioxidants. So the kids are already happy.
And we're moving into some breakfast items too. And
All right, what are you wearing underneath here?
My green sweater.
Green sweater. How about if you wear a like neon pink blouse?
Okay.
Like some kind of a neon piece under here that's crew neck, not a V-neck. So that you have more color popping.
Okay.
Okay?
I have that. Yeah, sure.
Good.
Just switched to started making my own pancakes on the weekends and freeze them for the kids.
Yeah, that's great.
And then I put like dark chocolate chips in them, and I don't let them use syrup because at least there's a little bit of a health benefit to the chocolate chips.
Yes, yeah,
right?
The antioxidants, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. And then we get rid of the junky syrup.
Try not to agree and say absolutely so much. I used to be an absolutely Nazi. Okay, absolutely is a virus. And in this country, you know who says absolutely? Waiters and waitresses say it all the time. That's not the positioning that you want. When you say, excuse me, waiter, could I get some more ice, please? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's exactly what they're going to say. Because they are there to please. You're not there to please. You're there to demonstrate your authority and expertise, not to please the host, not to agree with the host, and certainly not to say absolutely, absolutely all the time. Okay?
Okay.
Has nothing but chemicals.
Exactly.
But you brought some.
So this is our substitution.
I will say this. You have at least smiled. I finally saw you smile in here. Okay. I love how you are spread out all over the place because like you got your hands all over. You're like wide on the table. You're owning the space. That's really good because powerful people take up a lot of space.
I take up all the space.
That's very important.
Yeah, I do want to say there was some smiling, and I would smile, and I would see the camera because they had all these fancy cameras, and they would zoom on the food, and I was like, I'm smiling right now.
Yeah.
Just so you know, there's a lot of smiling you can't see when it was zooming on the camera. I mean, on the food.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
When a person says something very smart, like whatever she said, and you said absolutely, absolutely, instead of saying absolutely, you should add something new or in addition. You're not there to agree with the host.
Right.
You're there to demonstrate your total command of the topic. When the host says something smart, you need to go smarter.
Okay.
And add even more. The host says, let's see what she says. Let's go back here.
Some soy butters out there too, but be careful because those are also filled with a lot of sugar.
Yeah, and you're trying to find these treats the other kids have. That's where we run into problems because my son gets so upset that he can't have what his friends can have. So having something like this is a great option.
These provide the sweetness with a little bit of antioxidants. So the kids are already happy.
And we're moving into some breakfast items too. And I'd like to actually switch to start making my own pancakes on the weekends and freeze them for the kids.
Yeah, that's great.
And then I put like dark chocolate chips in them, and I don't let them use syrup because at least there's a little bit of a health benefit to the chocolate chips.
Yes,
right?
The antioxidants, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. And then we get rid of the junky syrup that has nothing but chemicals in it.
Exactly.
Okay, what could you say to add on top of that?
Well, I'll tell. So I just want to tell you, not to make excuses, but in practice, and I know I'm not in practice, but it's where just my training and where this is coming from is that I try to agree with my patients in order to put them at ease for the next thing that is coming. So that's why this is really hard for me not to agree with them, because this is what I do every day as part of communicating with my mamas. Otherwise, they feel that they've been shamed and they're not doing a good enough job. I'm saying this is not I'm just telling you where it's coming from.
Okay, I get it, and I appreciate that. And in general, I advise doctors to speak to a host or an interviewer as if they are a patient. In general, that's good. However, we need to go to the next level, especially for you, because you're so good and so natural and so appealing on TV and everybody loves you. I'm telling you, instead of just agreeing with them,
right?
Say, that's fantastic. And for example, if you make homemade marmalade, where you just take some oranges and you mash them up and you add a little honey, you could put that in there instead of the maple syrup, instead of whatever. I don't know. I'm not an expert at this. All I'm saying is that's the direction that I would like you to go in instead of just agreeing.
Okay.
Okay? Let's continue.
You brought some.
So this is our substitution for pizza, which of course you can use for breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
But school pizza is the grossest thing ever, right? It's full of sugar, trans fats, food coloring, and the pepperoni is not even meat. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
So instead of that, we can do either for breakfast or lunch. We can use an English muffin with a little bit of sugar-free tomato sauce, some normal cheese that's actual.
All right. Now, I love how you call school pizza the grossest thing ever. However, I think you said it better. I want you to go back and look at your previous appearances where you got a better reaction. Because I've seen you say that line in a way where the reaction was much better than what you got here. And I don't know what was wrong with what you said here.
She got me off. I got a little taken back because she was like, this is a breakfast. She was going down the path of the breakfast thing rather than the school. Anyway, so I got deflated. I got caught up by her going, this is breakfast. And anyway, that's where that.
Okay. I want you to go back and I want you to study your previous appearances where you talked about school cafeteria pizza being gross.
Yes.
And whatever you said that time when it got the great reaction, that's what you need to say every time.
Okay.
Because this wasn't it.
Okay. Right.
And pepperoni that's nitrite free and it's actual pepperoni.
Right.
Or we can do a little Lunchables, right? Because Lunchables are rage, but we're not going to put that in our lunches because that's full of toxins.
Right.
So instead, the kids can take this to school with some crackers, some pepperoni, cheese, and a little bit of regular tomato sauce.
I love that. I was looking at the English muffin thinking you were talking about breakfast. I'm like, oh, that is pizza.
Right, but but you can use it for any meal you want.
If you can get them to eat something that's like substantial before
Hey,
they go out the door.
that's pizza for breakfast, isn't it?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah. No, I know. That's why I say next.
Yeah.
or what it is.
Well, you know what? Food is food.
Food is food.
Food is food.
We are the ones who put them in certain times of day.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Totally.
Yeah. And we've got a couple of milks, protein shakes over here, right?
Yeah. Lastly, dairy, chocolate milk is a huge problem in the lunch boxes because look at the amount of sugar in there. And dairy in itself is not the devil,
right?
But it's the chocolate. And in a chocolate milk is like more than the 6 teaspoons we were talking about.
Yeah.
You can substitute it for an almond milk that also has a little bit of sugar. You can just go with plain milk.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. The problem is that you have milk and then you have cheese sticks and you have pizza and you have yogurt and ice cream. Just choose one. And then for the rest, if you really want cheese or something else, instead of the chocolate milk, water or the infused water we talked about.
And I always find it funny that pediatricians try to get the kids off of whole milk at a certain age. And I've always kept mine on whole milk because they replace the fat with sugar.
Right. You should always go organic whenever possible, full fat, never skim, never part skim. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. And they need the extra fat.
Why do you totally agree? See, instead of saying I totally agree,
leave that out.
You should say, I'm sitting here wondering, well, why is whole milk better than skim or fat-free? Why?
Because when they remove the fat, that's all is left is sugar, and the brain is mostly made up of water and fat, and the brain craves fat.
That's what you should say.
Yep.
Okay.
Run crazy.
The brain needs fat, does not need sugar.
Thank you so much for being here. This is great.
This is great.
Yeah, we have partners in arms here. We all need a little help. For more tips from Dr. Anna Maria, check out her website at annamaria.com and follow her on social media.
What is your website?
DrAnnaMaria.com.
DrAnna-Maria.com?
It's Anna Maria, no dash.
You have DrAnnaMaria.com?
DrAnnaMaria.com, yeah.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, what did you learn from this?
Well, I learned to be more, again, I had a lot more time than usual. My segments are shorter, so this was longer, so there was more conversation in it. The other thing were the cameras. It's intimidating when you're used to the cameras kind of just looking at you and not zooming, and you have 4 different cameras coming in, and one is lowered on the sugar, one is zooming in on it. There's a lot of distraction and probably took away from my dramatic thing because there was a lot of stuff going on in the studio.
This is why I want you to do 20 more appearances before you go on in LA. Honestly, you should do 30 more appearances before you go on in LA, because I'll tell you, when you're on the Today Show, it's like 100, well, it's like 10 cameras. Realistically, it's 10 cameras in the studio and 1,000 lights in the ceiling and 100 people in the studio watching. And they're all somebody. Every one of those 100 people is somebody.
Right.
Okay? Okay? And now, I don't know what it's going to be like when you're on Fox Los Angeles, but it's going to be bigger than this. Fox Los Angeles is way, way big time. This show that you went on here, which is a pretty big show, right?
Right.
It's a pretty happening situation, right?
Correct.
Okay, it's nothing compared to Fox Los Angeles. It's Bush League compared to Fox Los Angeles. They're playing around. It's like games. They're playing games over here on CW 26. And yet, this is big time.
Yeah.
Good. All right. What's your advice to people who want to be growing up to be like you?
Well, I have practiced it a lot. I do this. I've done this segment a lot, and I do practice it. I have to be open-minded too, because it doesn't always go by the script. And probably I'm using a lot of filler words when I have the extra time, and that's, I think, where my yeses come in, because I'm used to my script and I'm used to like a 3.5-minute segment to try to get everything in. And when they want to be conversational and take it to the next level, I feel stuck. because it's not a part of my script, and I need to almost like practice a conversational segment rather than my script segment.
You know, just like Chavis was saying, you need to be doing this segment, and you probably are, but you need to be doing this segment in your regular life.
This is my regular life. It's not, but I'm so time conscious, like the clock running on here on the show, that I don't know. Sometimes I don't know when they want me to go really quick. Sometimes they're like, oh, we can relax and talk a little bit more about whole milk, versus, okay, now we're out of time and now we got to finish this. So it's a little hard for me because I have that time in the back of my head. It's like the timer is continuously running, rather than this is an easy conversation when I have all day to make my points. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. My point is, you should know your material. So, like, however much time you have should not affect the way you deliver your presentation.
Right.
Your presentation should be at a rapid fire pace, because that's how experts talk about material that they're passionate about.
Okay.
Hey, look at all these fruit, look at all these drinks. Each one of these, like, I've got 16 sugar packets taped down to the bottom of that Coke bottle, because that's how many packets of sugar, that's how much sugar is in the Coke.
Right.
And you look at the Gatorade, it's not much less. And what's really scary is if you look at the juice, it's not much less than that. Just because you have more time or less time shouldn't change anything.
Okay.
Then there was one more thing I wanted you to look at, and I think you kind of calmed down with it at the end. Let's see.
Instead, the kids can take this to school with some crackers, some pepperoni, cheese, and
First of all, I love your voice, and I love your accent, and I love the way you speak. I love everything about you. I'm just trying to make you better.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it.
tomato sauce.
I love that. I was looking at the English muffin thinking you were talking about breakfast. I'm like, oh, that is pizza.
Right, but you can use it for any meal you want.
If you can get them to eat something that's like substantial before they go out the door, I don't care what it is.
Right, you know what? Food is food.
Food is food.
Food is food.
We are the ones who put them in
All
certain
right,
times.
now I was looking at your head, and I want you to look at your head in the beginning, and I want you to notice how much you move your head in the beginning.
Have that just in their lunch, and that's kind of one of the things that we're talking about.
Yeah. All right. So you've brought some good examples for us. Help us out here.
Yeah. So like first place to start is going to be the drinks.
Yeah.
The drinks are one of the most sugar-filled items that the kids have in lunch boxes. If we're going to talk about lunch,
Right.
You know, a lot of my mamas know not to do sodas and not to do sports drinks because that's just sugar.
Right.
What they don't know is juice is equally as bad.
Yeah.
And even organic juice, that's just organic sugar in a box.
Right.
So instead of that, we can do water, but you know, as moms, we know that that's plain it because that's boring.
Right.
So what we do? Well, you know what? They have these great infused water bottle things from Amazon, Walmart, and then you have the kids select either oranges or lemons, limes, cucumbers, mint.
Look, I saw a lot of head movement in the beginning, and I want to.
What sugar is in everything?
Look
Because
at
you're only supposed to have, 3 teaspoons a day?
6 teaspoons a day maximum.
Yes. And I swear, like, that is half of some meals.
It's not even.
Right.
I mean, we can eat. Most kids will usually have that just in their lunch, and that's kind of one of the things that we're talking about.
Yeah. All right. So
Okay,
you've got brought some good examples for us. Help us out here.
Yeah.
Head movement.
Okay.
Did you see it?
Not really.
All right. Well,
Is
let's.
it my earrings? Is it the earrings that's the problem? No, my head? I mean, I see that I move my head, but I'm not feeling like I'm spazzing out on it, but maybe I am. I don't.
Watch it again.
Okay.
And I swear, like, that is half of some meals.
It's not even.
Right.
I mean, we can eat. Most kids will usually have that just in their lunch, and that's kind of one of the things that we're talking about.
Yeah. All right. So you've brought some good examples for us. Help us out here.
Yeah. So like first place to start is going to be the drinks.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, all of that head movement. Why am I so concerned about that head movement?
Because my head is really large, and it's attracting attention. Seems spazzy. I don't know because, oh my gosh, I have to change my head movement. Okay. It's gonna be an insurmountable
Tell
task.
me why, and it's going to blow your mind in a second.
Go ahead.
Okay. All of that head movement is people pleasing. All of that head movement is you trying to get her to like you and agree with you.
Okay.
And celebrities don't give a shit if anybody likes them or agrees with them.
Okay.
I know what I know. I don't need you to agree. I don't give a shit. I'm going to tell you like it is. And if you're smart, you're going to listen to me.
Okay.
You think that Charlie Sheen is trying to please anybody? You think Lindsay Lohan cares about pleasing anybody? Do you think that Kim Kardashian cares about pleasing anybody?
Yeah, no.
No. And this is where I'm trying to get you to go. And all like you are wanting them to like you. You are wanting them to be happy with you.
Sure. Of course.
I get that. I totally get that. But all I'm saying is that that's the wrong positioning for a celebrity.
Okay.
And that's why you need to go on 30 more TV appearances before you go on Fox LA, so that you're not giving a shit so much.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Very good. Great job, kid. Keep up the great work. Get on more shows. You got to go on more shows.
I'm on another one tomorrow.
What are you on tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm being local. I'm doing the Good Day Washington segment locally.
Great.
And then their local TV station's coming to my office Thursday to do an in-depth interview on a previous segment I did in Charlotte like 3 weeks ago.
How's it feel?
Feels awesome. I traveled all last week, and it was, it was a lot, but it was great. It was, and I'll tell you that Good Day Washington was really intimidating because all the celebrities were there, and
like who?
Lloyd, who's a rapper who actually we've listened to some of his songs. Of course, I don't know anybody, so they happen to be talking about who they were. So I'm sitting there Googling who they are so I can take a picture and know who they are. And then some singer, Kay Michelle, I know who she is, and another actress. But all these people clearly paid money because at the end of Lloyd's segment, the lady comes up. I was taking a selfie with him and talking to him. And the lady comes up, she's like, "Oh, hey, Lloyd, I'm the money girl." And I'm like, well, awkward. So they were sitting there, but it just was, when they walked in with their entourage and people were taking all their selfies. And then, there was I with my Halloween candy. So it was very nice, but it was a lot intimidating.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, but because of Washington, I made the segment specifically for them, and then I didn't want it to go to waste. So that's why I pitched it to Charlotte, a week, 5 days ago, and they were like, absolutely, Monday morning, let's do it. So
that's great.
So I'm doing it tomorrow.
That's great. Charlotte's her hometown market. How many times have you been on in your own hometown now?
Been in 7 times. This would be the 8th time in my local market.
You should be getting somewhere with that. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Oh no. And that's, people are watching and paying attention, and it's on a show that a lot of my moms watch. And then if I go on it, then our phones ring and people are scheduling and coming in. So it's making a huge, people are paying it close attention, especially last week. They're like, "Oh my God, where have you been?" I was like, I called it my media tour. It's been on my media tour all week.
Yeah. I mean, it's real though.
Well, yeah, I was in these studios, and I was on real planes with real people coughing next to me and sneezing on me. And, and you're in real hotels, and yeah, no, it's for real. It was in, can I tell you something? Phoenix, I have a crush on Ed. I'm just saying.
Such a nice guy, Ed.
It's like the nicest. That was another fun studio. I'd go back there anytime. They were great.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure they would want you to go back anytime. And you should.
They did. They asked me for my next pitch, and I told them, I said, the beginning of the year, I will have more pitches ready to go. I can't go at this pace. I just need a little bit of time for the old family. And then at the beginning of the year, we'll be going back with a New Year's resolutions that's for the perfect hooks for that time of the year.
Very good. Great job, Anna Marie.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work. How many appearances have you done now?
You're going to ask me that. 15 or 15?
15.
You have to count my video. I honestly, I was like, okay, I can't count. I got to finish tomorrow, and then I'm going to count my videos to give you an accurate count. But I feel like I'm at 15.
Good. Keep it up.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to go to Will Nobles, and let's see here. Will Nobles. Where's Will Nobles?
Oh, welcome back to the Arizona Daily Mix. It's hump day, and I'm finding my smile with Will Nobles here because we are laughing.
This the one you want me to do, Will?
Yes. You unmuted me. Yes.
All right. Yeah. Now, you and I were there like a year ago.
Oh, it's a big difference. Even Ed said, Ed invited me back this time. Last time he didn't, but this time he did. Ed was like, man, you just flowed with that this time.
Yeah, you and I were there a year ago with Body by Jake. Remember?
Yep.
All right.
As some people think they're very smart, and I'm very smart, and I'm smart. I'm so smart, I can control my house. But then what we come down to, Will, is that maybe someone else can control your house. And I was laughing because I had a friend who I was telling you, had the whole house decked out smart from, the entry of the front door to the garage and everything. And then one night he came home and he couldn't get in, and the lights are going on and off and everything. And that's because you say you probably got hacked. Probably so. But there are safe devices. Let's first make sure people understand there are safe devices out there to make sure that you do have a smart home. Yep. But you only want to take it to a certain way, right?
Hey, did you realize you were doing nice boy hands there?
Yep, and I separated them. That was the first time at a high table like that. I was like, shit, what do I do with my hands?
Yep. Yep. There's only a few situations, but this is one of them.
Technology has changed how we interact with our homes today. It's crazy the things that you can put in your home, from Ring doorbells to Nest thermostats to turning on your microwave or refrigerator to closing your garage door. Great technology, but you got to be safe with it.
Yeah, and that is one thing that we want to remind people is that really when you're starting to think about doing that for the house, is to pretty much think, what you want to do actually, because sometimes it's not smart to get all that done, right?
No, you definitely want to make sure you segment your smart home devices from your regular internet.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think you were speaking much louder than this in the studio? Because it seems like you're very, very low energy and very soft-spoken.
I feel like I'm talking just as loud as he is in studio. I don't know. And this is the second time. It might be me. I put Sacramento up there as well. We can look at that. It could be me, but I feel like I am yelling it out.
Well, I mean, you're talking louder now than you are on that TV segment.
But see, I don't feel like I am. I feel like I am. I'm the way I'm talking now is the same way I was talking there. I don't know.
I think you need to be bigger here, and
okay.
I want to caution you. I know that you were trying to match and mirror him, and my point is that your job is not to match and mirror the host. Your job is to have the host match and mirror you. Your job is to be higher energy than the host.
Yep.
The host is not supposed to be high energy. You're supposed to be high energy.
Okay.
Easy to jump over, hack into a Nest thermostat, jump over to a laptop, and steal your banking and credit card information, just like that. You got to look at a smart home device is a computer. It's still running a computer technology. If it's on the same network, that means everything's connected together.
Yeah, I know a lot of families are trying to do it because maybe the kids are coming home at different times and mom wants to maybe see them and then unlock the door. But that might not be safe too because you're not there. Yep. And it can get hacked in, right? So
yeah, a hacker can just hack into your smart door, unlock it, walk straight in, and do whatever they want. So Great devices. I have a Ring doorbell. I had a Ring floodlight. My Ring floodlight cam picked up about 3 weeks ago someone trying to break into my vehicles. There were, teenagers going to the doors trying to, but I was able to pick that up, call 911. So they're a great idea, but it's also being smart about it.
Yeah. What's a couple of tips you can give us on actually when we go to purchase, one, and what we shouldn't do when we purchase one?
For protecting your home, you definitely want to, one, change the modem that you get with your internet provider. Change that default password because all those are the same. So that's one level of protection. Also, you can add a firewall in. Having a firewall, the days of homes not having firewalls is over, especially if you're smartifying those homes.
All right. You said also you can add a firewall in.
Yeah. I just came back from North Carolina a week before, for a week being in North Carolina around my country family. Right before that.
Okay. I get it. All right. However, your job as a celebrity is to emphasize the important words. Okay. Another great idea would be to add on a firewall. All right, let's continue. Hey, Ali, could you bring me a charger plug,
and then you
please?
can segment the wireless. Have a wireless, what's called SSID for your smart home devices and one for your computers and stuff. That's really easy to do with homes.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at stuff on my smartphone. I know that's what a lot of people do. I have friends who pretty much love to pull the camera up on. Should we pretty much not lock into like a Starbucks Wi-Fi and do that? Is that smart to do or not smart to do?
Yeah, so do not go to use public Wi-Fi. You want to use your...
Next time you get a question like that, you got to say, never, ever, ever use public Wi-Fi.
I wasn't that was not even part of the segment, so it sort of threw me a little bit.
That's a basic, easy question that any IT guy should be able to answer.
Oh yeah, it was easy to answer. Just I wasn't prepared for him to start talking about being at Starbucks where we're talking about homes.
I get it. But I'm telling you, next time I see you get that question, whenever you get that question next, and you will, I want to hear you say, never, ever use public Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Thanks, sweetie. There we go. Good. All right, let's continue.
Spot on your phone or just not use it at all. Public Wi-Fi is bad. If you do use public Wi-Fi and you're in a position that you need to use it, use a VPN to privately connect it to that.
I love it. I know you're always talking about, of course, not just your smart home, but of course, what you're doing smart technically wise. How can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can go to willnobles.com.
I love it. There you go. Thanks for stopping by, and hopefully I can get out of the studio because I think they might put one on here.
I love how you end laughing. That was good. How many appearances have you done now, Will?
That was number 10. I've done 12 now. I did 2 last week that are not up yet.
Oh, fantastic. That's great.
Last week, I feel like I rolled. I mean, it felt good last week. Even Joe invited me back to Palm Springs.
Wow.
And he's a tough cookie.
Yes, he is a tough cookie. Congratulations. What do you say to people who want to grow up and be more like Will Nobles when they get older?
Don't be like me. No. To me, I think more and more I do it, the relaxed I am. I walk in there, I do the thing, chit chat with the host, and they introduce me to different producers or a different host or the weather guy, and they invite me back. So far I've been invited back. The only one that hasn't invited me back yet, and that's because she wasn't there, was is it Tiffany from Taylor from Sacramento.
Yeah.
And she wasn't there, and that's the one that the power went out when I said make sure you have a firewall so you don't get hacked. And as soon as that did, the power went out to the whole building, and we went off a live air. I was like, I didn't do it.
That's funny.
It was perfect timing. I had all the hosts laughing.
Wow. All right. Well, congratulations. Keep up the great work, man. I think you're doing great. How do you feel? Do you feel different? I mean, you've been doing this stuff now for a little over a year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
the TV.
A year and a half. Like you first started out with NASDAQ in December.
No, I started on NASDAQ in March or April of 18.
April of 18? Okay.
Yeah, April 18, yeah.
Okay, so it's only been like a year and 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Okay, how do you feel?
Oh, totally different. I look now back at Albuquerque, the TV segments I did in Albuquerque to just last week, and this night and day difference. Night and day difference. And just the way I feel about everything, I feel so much more sure of myself on different things. Not that I wasn't already sure enough.
Fantastic, man. Keep up the great work. I think you're doing great. And I can see the difference. Look, man, it's a different type of self-assurance.
Yeah.
It's really all I can say. I mean, you know, you were self-assured before. You were charismatic before. You were self-confident before. But it's just a different level of all of that stuff.
Yeah. I would say, like, Vince, you're doing your first one Tuesday. It's always rough. The first one is just don't sweat it, you know, because, like, yeah, the first couple I did, and now I just feel like I go in there and I roll through it and I walk out. I'm not perfect, and I know I got things to work on each time and takeaways from it, but just be relaxed.
All right. Thank you, Will. Appreciate it. We're going to see how he's going to do. We're going to do a little rehearsal right now. So, Vince, tell us about your segment. Let me pull it up.
Right. So my segment is, are you a cyborg?
Are you a cyborg? Take the quiz, right?
Take the quiz, yeah. So you mentioned at the beginning of this call that I need to have content that's outside of what's on this sheet.
Yeah, because, you know, for example, the host is probably going to say, many of you probably saw Elon Musk recently say that we're already cyborgs. We just have slow connections. They're probably going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
So joining us today in studio is Vince Fung. He's the CEO of Deviant Technology. And Vince, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Great. Now you say that people are already cyborgs. Now you need to start talking.
You say that, okay. People are already cyborgs. I can say, did you know that 66% of Americans are addicted to technology? They're showing signs of nomophobia, which is no mobile phone phobia, fear of disconnection from their smartphones.
Where did that come from?
Where does that come from?
Yeah.
It's a stat that I found online somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a lucky thing because, you know, that's not on the segment proposal, so they wouldn't say it.
Mm-hmm.
But however, it's not material that we've rehearsed.
I had it in my pitch, actually. It was actually near the end of it.
Okay. Oh, that's good then.
Yeah.
All right, great. 66% of Americans have what is called nomophobia, and that is fear of no mobile phone.
That's right.
Yeah. I agree with Elon Musk. We are
already cyborgs.
Yeah, we're being controlled by these cell phones. They're always in our hands. It's just that we have a slow connection.
Yeah.
So,
can I then just dive in and say, you know, I love technology. I run a technology company.
Yes.
But what I don't love is when technology starts to control our lives and take over and turn us into slaves. You see, I'm married to an amazing woman. My beautiful wife, she's a pro fitness athlete. She's all about being one with her body, mind, and spirit.
Yep.
But our son, he's completely addicted to his smartphone. He spends hours watching videos and playing games, watching other people live their lives instead of living his own. My question for you is, are you a cyborg?
Let's take the quiz.
Let's take the quiz.
Yes.
All right. I can just launch into that.
Then you go, yeah, and then you go write down your questions.
Okay. So question number 1. Do you use a smartphone Most of us have them, and most of us are spending way too much time on them. Question number 2. Do you spend hours pounding away at the keyboard of your laptop or desktop computer every single day? Question number 3. Do you have a Fitbit strapped to your wrist, monitoring your daily activities and your bodily functions?
Did you cut this one out?
Cut which one out?
Cable TV, cut the cord?
No, that one's next, actually. That's number 5.
I have it as 3 in here.
Oh, okay. Actually, when I did my pitch, I had it in a different order.
You had a different order? What's the order that you have it?
So my order is smartphone, laptop, the Fitbit, smartwatch, then it's cable TV, then it's the Alexa.
Yep.
Then it's Facebook or social media. Actually, I think you have an older copy of this because I have a new one that I sent.
Okay.
Sent to the producers.
All right, good.
And then smart home, Google Maps, and then the last one is a robot.
You got to get these out faster.
Okay. So should I say less about them?
No.
No. Just speak faster.
Get it out. Spit it out.
Okay. Okay. Want me to start the list again?
I didn't hear you, Chavis. What did you say?
No, sorry. This is me.
I know.
You're talking.
No, I was just saying talk faster.
Talk faster. All right.
Painful, isn't it?
Talk faster.
Talk faster.
Talk faster.
All right. So let's take the quiz. Question number 1. Do you use a smartphone? Most of us have them, and most of us are spending way too much time on them. Question number 2. Do you use a laptop or a desktop computer pounding away for hours every single day? Question number 3.
No, not do you use a laptop or a desktop pounding away on it for hours every day? No, that's wrong. Question number 2. Are you pounding away on your laptop or desktop computer keyboard for hours every single day?
Question number 2. Are you pounding away for hours on your laptop or desktop computer every single day? Question number 3. Do you have a Fitbit strapped to your wrist monitoring your daily functions and bodily activities? Question number 4. Do you use a smartwatch or a Bluetooth headset so that you can communicate directly from your body? Question number 5. Have you cut the cord for cable TV, or are you tethered now to, screwed that up. Do you still have cable TV, or have you cut the cord and are now tethered to Netflix and YouTube and other streaming services? Question number 6. Do you use Alexa, Siri, or another digital assistant to execute your commands? Question number 7. Do you use Facebook or social media sites to not only connect with other people, but to get your latest news and updates? Question number 8. Do you use smart home devices like plugs, light switches, thermostats to control your home regardless of where your physical body is physically located?
You have these props, by the way?
Yes, I do.
Good. Keep going.
Yeah. And question number 9. Do you use Google Maps to mindlessly get you to where you need to go? And question number 10. Do you have a robot pet, or are you still relying on good old-fashioned Fido? If you answered 1 yes to these questions, you're most likely becoming a cyborg. If you answered 2 yeses, you're most likely already a cyborg. If you answered 3 yeses, you're most definitely already a cyborg.
Okay, so the 1 yes, look, if you had 1 yes, then you may be a cyborg. 2 yeses, very likely. 3 yeses, you are definitely a cyborg. And this is how you go back to being human. H, hear this message. You understand what this is all about. M, make the decision that you want to go back to being a person. A, abstain from your addictions. And N, now. You got to start now. That's what you want to start right now. Boom. Let me hear you do the formula. Go.
Right. How do you become human again? H.
Hold on. Start from the yeses. 1 yes. Go.
Okay. So 1 yes, you might already be a cyborg. If you answered 2 yeses to this question, you are likely already a cyborg. If you answered 3 yeses, you are most definitely already a cyborg.
Look, you don't sound like you really know what you're saying. You got to say it faster. Hey, man, if you answered 1 yes, maybe you're a cyborg. 2 yeses, you're very likely a cyborg. 3 yeses, you are definitely a cyborg. See, you're saying all the words at the exact same speed. And that's the problem. You need to have more variety and less. You know why you're saying all the words at the same speed, Vince?
Because I don't have them memorized.
No, because you're a fucking cyborg. That's why.
Talking cyborg.
Kill the robot, man. Seriously.
Okay. I'm going to kill the robot.
Yeah, you got
All right. So if you answered 1 yes, you might be a cyborg.
Let me just stop you here for a second. This is very important. When I was doing this, look, man, the reason why you're doing this segment is because you are a cyborg. I'm not joking. That's why you picked this segment.
Okay.
This is your wake-up call.
Okay. Good. You want me to go? For that?
Go ahead. Start with 1 yes.
Okay. 1 yes, you might be a cyborg. 2 yeses, you're likely already a cyborg. 3 yeses, you're definitely a cyborg.
You're definitely a cyborg, man, for sure. Especially if you keep saying it like that. Hey, man, if you answered 1 yes, maybe you're a cyborg. 2 yeses, you are very likely a cyborg. 3 yeses, you are definitely a cyborg. See? Each one of those sounds very different than before it.
Yeah.
And yours all sound the same. You know why? Because you're a cyborg.
Yeah, let me try again. Okay, 1 yes, you might be a cyborg. 2 yeses, you're likely a cyborg. 3 yeses, you're most definitely a cyborg.
Most definitely are still a cyborg. It's not going to be easy to kill that robot.
Okay, I don't know how to kill it.
I tell you what, you got to run these 1 yes, 2 yes, 3 yes. You got to run that. You're going to need to do that, just this little piece right here, at least 150 times.
Okay.
Okay, let's go on to, all right, so now that we know whether you're a cyborg, how do you go back to being human?
Well, now that you know that you're a cyborg, here's how to get back to being human. H, hear this message. There's a reason why today is the day you're getting this message. U, understand that becoming human is a choice. M, make the choice to be human. A, abstain from allowing these devices from controlling your life. And N, now, do something about it now before it's too late.
Yeah, I say you need at least 150 on that one too.
150 on that one, okay.
Yeah. All right, good. I would say, look, those are the areas where you need to do the most work and where you have the most opportunity to actually kill the robot and break through.
Okay.
Those 2 pieces right there. Okay?
Okay.
All right, good. That's your homework.
All right.
Run those 2 pieces over and over and over and over. And your goal is to insert some variety into everyone. Listen carefully here and go back and review this video. I'll post this video to my YouTube and send you the link tonight and watch it. I want you to pay attention to how I'm making each one of these 3 sound different. Hey, if you answered yes to one of the questions, maybe you're a cyborg. 2 yeses, you are very likely a cyborg. And 3 yeses, you're definitely a cyborg already, right now. So how do you go back to being human? H, hear this message. There's a reason why you're hearing me on your TV right now. You understand that being a human being is a choice. M, make the decision to be human. A, abstain from using and being addicted to all of these cyborg devices. And N, now. You need to start right now. Now is the time to become a human.
All right.
Okay? That doesn't sound like a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go back and review the way you said it, you're going to see. Now, if all you do is mimic my performance, good.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay? All right. Hey, thank you everybody for staying on late. I have got to go. We all have to go. I appreciate everybody staying on late. I'm going to upload this video for those of you who want to watch it again. I really think this was a great webinar. I'll tell you what, the final fear is the fear of being on your own without a minder or a robot doing everything for you. It's scary not to be controlled by a robot. It's scary to have to be the one who's doing it all on your own, taking all the responsibility for living your life. It's scary, but you know what? It's the only way to fly, baby, because any other way, you're not really alive. You're a cyborg. And that's going to wrap it up. Hey, you know, look, Heather, if you're going to keep showing up on these webinars, you better freaking book yourself on some show. I mean, Stan Pearson, did you meet Stan Pearson at Carnegie Hall? You know Stan Pearson? I got a text message from Stan Pearson when I was over in Europe. And where is it? I'm going to end on that. Stan. See if he shows up. Mars. Oh, he's not showing up here. Anyway, he just booked himself in Atlanta. He was on in Atlanta on Friday off a cold email. He just took one of my proposals, modeled it, swiped it and deployed it, emailed it out to somebody in Atlanta and booked himself on TV in the top 10 market in Atlanta. Now, lucky for him, he's a very experienced speaker. Because Atlanta is the wrong place to begin your adventure on TV, my friends. The right place to do it is what Leon Bree did and went to San Angelo, Texas. That's a nice, easy place to get booked on TV. You, sexy you should be on TV in San Angelo, Texas. Send him a picture with some cleavage. You'll get on just like that. Ah! I'm not joking. I'm not even joking. Hey, everybody, it's going to wrap it up. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Yeah, you on television. Good night, everybody.